Right. I mean, we should just recognize that President Biden doesn't actually know himself whether the banking system is safe or not. So he's like the doctor coming out and telling a family that has a severely ill person, perhaps someone who's maybe dying, that don't worry, it's all fine, just trying to smooth everyone's nerves. I mean, that's what President Biden's comments were. We have today Credit Suisse basically in the same state as Silicon Valley Bank, except its assets are twice as large. That's the second largest Swiss bank. The interconnectedness of the global economy and of international finance, that's such that the contagion actually can grow very, very quickly. And it's not simply a problem of psychology or a run on the bank or panic, even though all of those psychological, emotional elements are present. I mean, 90 years ago in 1933, in the middle of the Great Depression, the banking system basically failed. Earlier in 1907, the banking system failed. That's how we got the Federal Reserve a few years later. And we've had four major economic crises in the last 20 years, just since the turn of the century. We give it the name .com, or the housing mortgage crisis, or then the COVID pandemic, and now perhaps a fourth one, if it is indeed a fourth one. We can hope that it's not. But you can give it different names, but we have a sick system where all of the bankers are never held accountable for gambling with other people's money. It's a big racket. It's a casino. I mean, during the savings and loan crisis of the late 1980s, when about 20% of all of the savings and loan banks crashed, there were thousands of criminal referrals to the Justice Department. In 2008 and 2009, when the U.S. government spent trillions to bail these bankers out, let a few fail, but basically bailed the rest of them out. No accountability, no criminal referrals. And so we're going to do it again and again and again. And the American people, like say in 2008 and 9 million families went into foreclosure. 3 million lost their homes. Tens of millions lost their jobs. I mean, this is a great price being paid by society as a whole, and the people who aren't bankers, and yet the bankers, we're always told, are too big to fail, and so the U.S. government's going to rescue. I mean, it's a sick system.